Yo, it's your boy Chill. Back with some more analysis this week, right? Today is 12/8/2019. So you already know when we get on these charts, right? What we first look at, what we have to know is what's truly going on, right? What's actually going on, right? We want to see structure. We want to see the trend. How is it riding? Is it being our friend today, this week? Or is it going to bend? Because the trend can bend, right? So what we want to check out, I'm gonna check out today on the AUD, USD, the AUD CAD, and the SPX500, right? I want to see kind of what trends are kind of going on and what can we get out of these, right? Because the market has been moving very smooth lately, very nicely, right? Depending on what markets you guys are liking on, but I'm gonna tell you the Australian dollar market has been working wonderfully. Okay, very nice. So today I'm gonna be implementing the golden chip, show you guys a little bit of some tricks, some tips, right? Some more insiders. So what I want to do is I want to go over this this AU first. We're gonna first go from the monthly. You know how I like the monthly. We see the bigger picture, right? We get a nice little channel formation. It's a channel formation here. Not much movement. I mean, the movement's very nice to the downside, but not much sporadicness. No crazy movements. But this has came to a low, right? It has came to a low. We hit previous support from the 98. We have some, from 03. So we're looking at some levels right here. We got some from 2015. So let's take a look at this, right? I'm gonna box in my monthly. Box the monthly in. Top, bottom wick, right? And if there's no wick, we'll calculate the body, right? We do know that Australian dollar did have some interest rates going on last week, so that pushed it up very fairly. Okay, all right. Now I'm in my weekly, and what I'm seeing is this area right here. These were pullbacks, right? This bearish movement were a pullback. Reason I see that is because we have very strong resistance, and the resistance got broken, but it did not want to completely break, right? It broke, didn't want to go any higher, but it continued to go down, right? It went down just to get a correction to this support, right? We needed that extra support. Now I'm gonna go to my daily because I'm gonna go to weekly again because this formation looks very valid, right? It's gonna be hitting a buy for a pretty fair amount of time, right? In my opinion, because of all these rejections, right? We have pin bars, we have dojis, we have a doji here also. We got more pin bars, right? And then we get our ending result of last week, right? 2 weeks ago, more like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so go to my daily, right? What I want to do is I'm going to plot a Fibonacci level, right? Fibs from the top to the bottom, and I'm going to aim for a 161. Let's see where it takes us. See where it takes us. We have a 161 up there. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna have another hit to up this this resistance area. I'll get rid of that. So this is literally how I trade, right? I figure out the support, the resistance from the weeks, you know, past the past month, the month that's happening, right? I want to figure out what is the support and resistance in those in the month, right? Because sometimes the market can be consolidated, right? But you're still always going to be hitting these 161s or these 61.8s, right? When it comes to these Fibonacci levels, right? So I see a continuation. See, we have that channel, right? Have that channel, that bearish movement to the downside. And I'm looking, for a fair amount of pips on this one. Even after the break of the high of the month, right? We can expect a good little 70 pips, right? If 70 pips, but I'm gonna honestly tell you, at that level, we're probably gonna get a slight pullback, back to the 0.68682, right? So after that break of that level, I want to take it up to that top, right? To that resistance of 0.69363. Then I want to see a slight pullback, and then I want to see another bullish movement, right? I want to see a nice bullish movement. I see this swinging for some time, knowing how low it is. It does have some time. We're in stage one, right? So when we're looking, the stages, stage one is, accumulation, right? Stage two is our bullish movement, right? So that is what we're looking for on AU, right? The thing also about AU and how UCAD run together, right? This is UCAD. Let's look at this weekly. This is AU. Look at how this weekly plotted out, right? AUD CAD. Look how this week plotted out, right? So they are simultaneous, or you want to say correlated pairs. They are correlating. So I'm going to look for the same thing, but I'm going to make sure we get some levels in here, right? Get some levels in here. I see a lot of rejection, right? We got pin bars, we got engulfings, but a failure, right? We got dojis, we got it all in here. Price isn't wanting to go any lower than this area right here. So let me plot my support and resistance, right? Oop, I'm on my weekly. Awesome. Cool. So for my monthly, huge consolidation. That's very evident to see right here in front of our face. We do have consolidation. So what I want to do is we're still going to tackle this. We're still going to tackle this trade, right? So let me plot my support and resistance fibs. Okay. We have a 151. How's that from current price? 150 pips. Nice. Okay. 150 pips, right? Or if you want to wait for the break, so you have scenarios, or after the break, that's 100 pips. I'm going to see I want to see a slight pullback that happens, comes back to our entry area, and I want to see another push to the upside, right? I want to see us hit this area, right? This is the high I believe that it will be hitting during the week's time. So if you wanted to wait for the break after the 0.91238, you can do that. We're going to get 100 pips whenever our target hits at 0.92278, right? After that, I do want to see a slight pullback to the downside, right? Another 100 pips down and push right back up to our highest level, which I want to catch this area, right? That's why I want to wait for the pullback. I can catch the 100, which I probably honestly will, but I want to wait for that pullback to happen again so that we can go in for that longer stretch. You see how that this support here, right? There's resistance and there's support. So if price ends up hitting this resistance, we're going to find our support. And this is the high of the month, right? This is the high of the month. So it's going to end up testing this high of the month, right? So that's one reason why I'm looking at this as bullish, right? Because it has came down, right? And then we had NFP happen, right? NFP took off, and that's why one reason why I'm also seeing this as a continuation. And also on the golden chip, the 50% had been rejected, right? BOR means break or resist. So we resisted, right? Making a V formation look like, right? So I'm looking for this to go right back up to resistance, but our resistance is well up there, right? Our resistance is this level. Our resistance is this level right here. So I'm looking at that as bullish also, right? AU and ACAD, bullish. I'm looking at it. So with the SPX500, as we move on, we had NFP. NFP was great for the US dollar. It moved the US dollar pretty well. So what I want to do is I want to go to my weekly. I want to take a look at it. It's made a huge doji, right? It's made just a clean doji for us for our end of the day, end of the week more like, right? So what I want to expect out of the SPX500, I want to see this fall, right? I want to actually see this fall for just a slight bit, because the Fed's got the cut and we made the Fed cut. So we're going to see some bullish movement come in, but this has been bullish for some weeks, correct? Right? It's been bullish already for some weeks. So I'm going to wait for a pullback, right? I'm going to look for a pullback, and look, golden chip is telling us, when our sell point's coming up, right? Sell point's coming up, right? So, and we're having, some sell points here also. So we might get a fake out, right, to the upside. And then pull down, another pull down, right? So I'm going to put this trend line in here. And this is on the 4-hour. Okay. So let's see how much. Okay, 100 and almost 200 pips. And if you don't know about SPX500, it does run with US 30 also. So you can look at those also as pairs to put together inside your weapon box. But let's see. Get my trend line up here. I want to see a fake out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for a fake out. And if not, let's get these levels in here, because I am looking for this thing to go down to hit at least the trend line. We don't know if it will hit the trend line, go back up, and then fall once again. But I do see this as going bearish for a little bit this week, right? So we can get these levels in. I'm gonna also put one at this area. What I'm doing is, right, finding these targets. The way that I'm finding them are, you see these bottoms, you see these tops, you see how price came here and started to want to go down, right? That's the pullback. The reason why I'm putting them in these areas is because other traders, institutions, banks, hedges, they are looking at these areas because that is where they take their profits, right? So if you're in the move with them, right? Why not take the profit? Why not go in exactly where they get in? Why not take the profit where they get out, you know? So that's one reason why I am plotting these, you know, highs, lows, because those targets will be hit again, right? And also, the cool thing about this is, right, having these plotted out, when price dips, hits off of this trend line we have here, then we can take the same exact targets back to the upside. So you can have pending orders, or you could just let it run. It's up to you. You can have pending orders on the downside, right? And then when price hits this area, you know, we have some resistance at this area at the trend line. So I would probably want to see this go up, right? When they hit this trend line. If there is a break, we would see the break and then, you know, the retest. We would get a retest and then we will shoot it more down. But it still has some things to complete, right? It has structure that actually needs to be completed. So I actually wanted to see this hit this trend line, and then we'll take it right back up. Okay, that's what I see for SPX500. And recap, right? AU, I wanted to go bullish, hit this resistance area, get a slight pullback, and then go for a more bullish movement, right? I want CAD to get a bullish movement to this resistance area, Then I want to get a slight pullback, another 100 pips. And then I want to get to that upside, right? And go right back up to that upside. So I appreciate you guys being in today. I thank you guys all for tuning in. And if you could like, subscribe, comment, and share this to, you know, all the traders out there that are wanting to start, that are wanting a new strategy, that are just looking, you know, how to trade Forex, the best strategy, how or when to get in, things like that. Well, I believe this will help them out tremendously. I am a price action trader, so I do move with price. I do like to have price as my true indicator. So I appreciate you guys once again. Have a blessed one.